Most traders believe their biggest problem is finding better entries, but that's rarely the truth. Because even when the trade is planned, when the stop loss is placed, and the target is set, they still interfere. They move stops. They close early. They adjust targets. Not because the market changed, but because they did. There's a moment after you enter a trade that no one really talks about. The moment where nothing happens. Price moves slightly against you, then slightly in your favor, then nowhere at all. And suddenly, your attention locks onto every tick. Every small movement starts to feel meaningful. Every fluctuation feels like information. But it's not. It's noise. Jesse Livermore once wrote that the biggest money was made not in the thinking, but in the waiting. But what most traders don't realize is that waiting becomes almost impossible once you're emotionally attached to a position. And watching your trade is what creates that attachment. The more you watch a trade, the more you feel responsible for it. And the more responsible you feel, the more you want to control it. So you start adjusting things, just slightly at first. You move your stop a little further away to give it room. You bring your take profit closer to lock something in. You close early because it might reverse. Each decision feels logical in the moment, but together they destroy the trade. Professional traders understood this early, so they didn't rely on willpower. They built systems to protect themselves from themselves. Some of them simply walked away. They would place a trade, set the stop, set the target, and leave. Not because they didn't care, but because they knew that staying would make them interfere. Others reduced their position size, because a position that feels too large demands attention. It creates pressure, and pressure leads to action. By trading smaller, they made it easier to do nothing. Some limited how often they checked the chart. Not every minute, not every candle, but at predefined times. Because constant monitoring creates the illusion that you should be doing something. And perhaps the simplest rule of all, once the trade is placed, the decision is already made. Everything after that is just execution. The difference between amateurs and professionals is not knowledge. Both know where stops should go. Both know where targets should be. The difference is, professionals don't interfere once the trade is live, because they understand something crucial. The outcome of a single trade doesn't matter, but the habit of interfering does. So the next time you place a trade, pay attention to what happens after. Not in the market, but in you. The urge to adjust, the urge to act, the urge to control. That's the real battle. And the traders who succeed are not the ones who predict the market best. They're the ones who can leave it alone.